So growing up, when I was young, I would always be drawing on drawing whatever, my notebook, on my desk or whatever, anything that I could use to, just sketch or whatever. Most kids would look at me and they said they were usually kind of like, they like what I would say. They would like what I would make, and they would always say, I can't even draw a straight line. I can't even draw a straight line. I can't even draw a stick figure, any of that kind of stuff, and they just don't ever make something. Rest assured, if I ever wanted to make a straight line, I just get a ruler and then, or whatever that is straight, and I could just use that. But a straight line is not what made my ability of making a straight line did not get me to making stuff like this. Like, I just really, this was just something that I really liked doing. I mean, I get it's really hard for some people to always sit there and go, they look at, someone who's just so natural at something, and they just don't see, and they just see that done, they haven't done any of the hard work or whatever, and they haven't, it's hard for them to really see that they could, be something like that. But, like, for me, I didn't set out to do stuff like this because I wanted to be like, a really great artist. I just really like to draw. I've been drawing since I was like a 1 year old. And I mean, and growing up being like, whatever, growing up in like, was like at the TV age, like I was watching shows like Blue's Clues and SpongeBob, and I was just drawing um, whatever was on TV, and people were just, amazed at how well, whenever I would draw SpongeBob, it always would look like, from the show. Like, people were astounded by that. And I don't know, like, I remember there was like one time when I was trying to draw like really cartoon eyes, like some out of Tiny Toons, like the egg shaped, eyes. And I was so hell bent to make them look perfect. Like, they didn't look like they were all just, over sketching or like overdoing it. And I would always just kind of beat myself up because it didn't look exactly like how I was wanting to look. Until after a while, I just kind of, but I just did it so many times, like it just became, second nature. Like, I don't know, like, and after a while, you just start to form your own style that way. Like, drawing like some Superman, designs right here. Like this one, I didn't really like how that turned out, but then I drew this version because I don't know, it just seemed like this is more of what I was trying to achieve. So it's like, I don't know, it's like you kind of play a video game, and when you die for the first time, you don't think like, oh, I suck, don't do it again. Like, you just, you know, start from where you died off and just keep playing. It's like, this is fun for me. Like, I always try to achieve. Actually, here's like this is more of like a digital. This is more like digital art, but it still counts. Like, I did like, what is it, Underdog and Badfink and whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So, but just getting to back to what I was saying, like, a lot of people say, oh, I can't even draw a straight line or whatever. I've been drawing since I was 1. And when I was in my high chair, got like a pen in my hand and just a sheet of paper, I was not worried about making a straight line. I was just scribbling all around. And that's just where it started from there. You have to kind of get yourself to be a little messy before you can actually, um, get good at something or whatever. Or like I said, you kind of just see, like some stuff, like I said, watching cartoons and such, and you kind of just draw from that inspiration, and you just kind of work from there. Like, I always kind of say to myself, like, I always wanted to play the guitar, but I never done it, and it always seems like it'd be very intimidating. But I look at like other, guitar players, and they seem like they'd be like, this is second nature. So it's like, just a matter of perspective. But I don't, you know, it's like, what? How am I to say, complain about I can't do something if I'm not actually out doing it. So there it is. Just thought I, yeah, just had some on my mind. So yeah,